How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to pattern scribe some weird odd shaped little segments that you might get yourself into, weird little predicaments that us flooring guys find ourselves into that are hard to find out angles such as this with our tape measure and get precise results. The technique that I'm going to be showing you here in this video is going to be so easy. Even the less experienced flooring installer is going to find this super easy to do, super easy to comprehend, and get beautiful results such as this right here. So the only things we're going to need to accomplish this right here is basically just a roll of craft paper, some painter's tape, and your utility knife, okay? No tape measure needed to do this method right here, and you can get absolutely precise results. So I've already got me a piece halfway pre-cut here just so it's cut down to size off of this roll right here. This is stuff that's used to cover up flooring and stuff like that. You can get it by the roll in Home Depot, Lowe's, anywhere like that. So it's really good for pattern scribing. You can just cut it to whatever size you want and go to town with it. So what I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to just cut this out a little bit shy. Don't have to be any kind of precision or anything like that. I'm going to cut this out a little bit smaller than my actual shape here. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about as soon as I get a little bit more done. You can cut maybe an inch away or something like that. Again, you don't have to be any kind of fancy. Okay, just kind of get that halfway centered there where it's okay. All right, so this is where the painter's tape comes into play. We're going to take this and cut us a couple bird beaks. It's kind of what it's called there. You actually cut you a triangle about like so, and you can fold that back, and that's why they call it a bird beak, because it looks like a bird beak. We'll do one on each side of that there. This is going to give me something to stick it to. Now what I got going on, I'm going to take some blue tape, stick that to the floor. So that's the purpose of the bird beak. Right there. Now that's not going to move anywhere while I'm doing my scribing. Make sure it's laying flat. Tape down your other beak. Okay. So that's it. That's how you want to prep for pattern scribing. Now the next thing I got is just a little piece of glue down vinyl plank. It don't really matter what you use. You can actually use a little square. You can use a piece of your existing plank or anything like that, so long as it's cut straight. You don't want to be using anything that's crooked or anything like that. You want to have a nice straight piece to use. You don't want it really long. Obviously it's got to be small enough to fit inside of here, okay? So what I'm going to do, now that I got this, I'm going to push it all the way to the corner there, and I'm just going to start tracing the outside of it here on my paper, okay? So look right here, I got this butted all the way up to my wall. Slide it down all the way. I'm just going to trace this all the way around, okay? Keeping it tight here up against my wall, putting my mark up as close as I can get it to my piece right here, okay? I don't want to use a pencil or anything that's going to mark fat, because that's where the precision comes in, having a really fine line to go by, okay? That's why I choose to use a ink pen on this. I want to keep it flat too, keep this piece flat on the floor so you get a true mark there, okay? You just go all the way around the obstacle like this. Okay, so I want to show right here so you can see that even trying to get my mark as close as possible, you still have just a little play, just the thickness of the ink pen mark, okay? Depending on how precise you want to be, you're going to want to take that thickness of the pen mark into consideration, okay? Come on up. Okay, that's good. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to just take, I got plenty here and plenty here. What I'm going to do now is just get these cut down to size so that I'm not working with pieces that are way too big, okay? And it looks like maybe, I don't know if 2 or 3 will get this. Looks like about 3 of them is what it's going to take to get this done, okay? So I will stick 3 of these pieces together. We will use 3 pieces of flooring for this. That don't matter, just whatever obstacle you're using, just enough flooring obviously to cover the obstacle that you're scribing against, okay? So this is the flooring that we're going to put inside of this square right here. Again, I just got it cut down lengthways, big enough to fit in there, okay? I'm going to take my template now that I cut out. The same tape that I used to put it down, I'm just going to use the same tape again. Now, the main thing you want to double check right here is you want this line to be straight parallel with the edge of your vinyl here, okay? If you put it down like this, obviously your planks are going to be crooked inside of here. So whatever you want to be a straight reference, you want to line this pen mark with your reference point right there. That's what you want to get straight to, okay? I'm going to take a tape measure and just measure from the edge of my plank over to my mark. Let's see. 4 inches. Just to make sure that I am super good there. I want to be straight on this part. And once I get it, I'm just going to push the tape right back down on the floor. You might notice me do that. I'm pushing the bubble out of the paper so that it's nice and flat. And that's it. Now we are ready to scribe our next cut. So what I'm going to do now is line my piece right back up here on my existing mark that I put down right here. And right here, I just want to line this same piece right back up with that, okay? And this is where the thickness of the ink pen mark comes into play. So if I come to this side of my line, I'm going to be just a touch big, okay? So we're going to just put it dead on top of my line right there. Again, this is all in however precise you want to be with your cuts, okay? I'm basically just showing you how to get these odd shapes like this right here. In any kind of situation, you can get a good true fit using this method right here. And I did this intentionally, so I got some 22, some 45s, and then these are just random 30 or something like that. This is all out of whack, and I made it like that just to show this method will work on any type of weird, odd shapes that you come up with, okay? Okay, so now I'm just going to score over my piece there. I'm actually going to do it twice just to make it a little easier to snap. I'm not going to pull my mark out, my blade out. I want to leave it right there so I can just butt it right back up. Just line my piece up all the way down through there. And you can see that how this is working now. I'm sure I'm just going to trace completely around my plank with my utility knife here, doing this very same method. The thing you want to make sure of that you come up far enough this way to cover your existing mark that you brought this way, okay? Okay, I have now gone all the way around the perimeter of my pattern with my scribing tool and my knife. Now I'm going to pull my pattern off there, go ahead and snap everything off, and it should fall right in here beautifully, okay? With this being a little bit of a thicker product, I'm probably going to go ahead and separate these again and make it easier on myself, snapping them off. And I'm going to want to trim the excess off from the score. Just the backing that sticks out a little further is what I'm wanting to trim off here, so we don't have any excess sticking out there, and allow this knot to go in tight. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put these all back together again and place them in my demo all in one piece. It'll be a lot easier to set that in there if it's one piece instead of trying to click together three pieces in a tight little area. So there we have it. This should sit right in that hole nicely if I done it right. Okay, that is a super nice fit. Everything is nice and tight. We got a super nice fit everywhere else with that. Nice and tight. I had to actually mash it down in there because it's just such a tight fit. If you wanted expansion on such a case where you need expansion around the edge, I'll show you exactly how to do that. Okay, so now if I wanted to leave expansion inside of this shape here, what I want to do, I took and cut me just a piece of the plank that I'm using here, small enough to where it will fit in there without being too dramatically big, and I left my tongue side on, and this is actually going to be the amount of expansion that's left whenever I'm done with this process, probably a 1/4 inch, maybe a little better, okay? So I'm going to use this to make my marks. I'm going to place it upside down and use my tongue against the perimeter and mark it on the inside of this flat surface here, okay? I choose to use it upside down because whenever you score and snap it, this is actually broke off on a bevel. So by using it upside down, I'm going to get me a true marking, okay? I'm not going to go through the whole thing there. I just want you to get the gist of what's going on. I'm sure by doing this you will get everything marked out here like so, and then I'm going to take up my perimeter. I'm just going to say I got it all marked out. I'm going to take up my pattern Place it right back here on the product that I'm going to be using. And I'm going to remove this tongue, okay? Now that is the thickness. That's how much shorter I'm going to be. I would take this, line it right back up with my marks. And trace it out on my flooring just like I did here. Only difference is by removing the tongue, that's how much expansion I'm going to have around the perimeter, okay? So, I hope this little demonstration helped you right here. I know it has helped me since I figured it out, and again, you can use this on any shape, anything really. You can do this on carpet, vinyl plank, hardwood, anything you want to do. Pie-shaped steps, any weird little predicament that you can get into, you can use this method right here and get absolutely precision results, okay? I want to thank you guys for tuning into this, and as always, if you have received value and benefited from this video, go ahead and smash that like button and give us a share, comment. It would greatly be appreciated. Until next time, FBSB's out.